A school is not a family, and it might sound nice to describe your school as a family, but I want to share why that's a bit of a red flag for me. When somebody says, "Oh, we're like family here. We treat everybody like family. We're one big family." Sometimes when people say that, they're perfectly wonderful people, they're perfectly appropriate, they're perfectly professional, but it's a red flag for me because often the statement that our workplace is like a family is accompanied by some sort of missing boundary. There's some sort of boundary that should be in place in a workplace, like a school, in a professional environment, that's not there in a family. And by calling the school or the workplace a family, the person who's doing that is trying to get away with not having that boundary. Again, not always, but I've seen this happen over and over again where maybe they want to see their employees as their extended family or as their kids that they can kind of control rather than treat as professionals. Or maybe they want to demand more from you than they are supposed to really demand professionally and contractually, and they're using that family language to kind of, I don't want to say exploit, but really to kind of go beyond what should be acceptable. So I don't know if you have experienced this, but and certainly there again are lots of people who use family language, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with their leadership. But I really recommend that people stay away from that because I've seen so many people who have huge boundary issues, who have huge issues with what they ask of people and how they treat people, that make me think maybe your family is not so healthy, if that's the metaphor you're using. And even if it was, you have to remember the other side of the coin. For a lot of people, family is not a positive metaphor. It is not a positive reference to say, oh, we're like a family. Well, like if your family was abusive or dysfunctional in some way, I probably, would not invite you to work at a school that feels like a family. Like that would be a net negative to say that our school is like a family. So let me know what you think about this language and how it's used to describe a professional environment. I mean, at the very least, the fact that it is a professional environment should make us think about the big differences between a school and a family. And that's even before we get to the boundary issues and the asking too much and the not respecting people's, boundaries as far as kind of their business and their professionalism. And I don't know, just let me know what you think about this, especially when it comes to, chipping in or fun, or, mandatory fun or taking on additional duties. I just think there are a lot of ways that calling a school a family can lead to crossing of boundaries. Let me know what you think.